All right, you've played one song and now we're going to play another one here in Lesson 11. And there's a couple of things that I want to talk about before we actually play this song. I want to tell you how to approach a new song. Now, I'm going to put the word new in quotation marks because most of the time you're going to be playing something that you've heard and you would like to play yourself, or a song that you already know that you'd like to figure out how to play on the piano or on the keyboard. So what we're doing here is we're looking at the music. We're looking at the lead sheet. We're going to use this as a guide. We're not going to play it exactly as it's written, like you would a classical piece of piano music. And we'll explain more about that as we go along. So the music is here for you as a guide. You already kind of have the melody in your head. Now, this song is a very simple tune. And so the first thing you notice is the key signature. And we're going to talk more about key signatures as we go along as well. So you'll notice in this song that there are no sharps and flats in the key signature. It's just the treble clef and then the music. That means we're in the key of C major. And later on, I'm going to show you a very easy trick to determine what key you're in, no matter how many sharps and flats there are, or sharps or flats, I should say, in the key signature. So you notice the key signature of this song. It's in C major. And you'll also notice that the chord symbols are written above the melody, which is written out for you on the treble clef. You have the chord C and you've got G. So this song has two chords. So what you want to do is, first of all, play through the chords. So you look at measure 1. You notice it's 4/4 time. So you've got 4 beats. And you'll play 1, 2, 3, 4. And then if there's no chord indicated in the next measure, you play the same chord again. And then you move to the next chord when you see that there's a different chord. So you'll notice you've got C for 2 measures, and then you've got G, and then it goes right back to C for a couple more bars. In fact, 3 more measures. Then there's G, and then finally it ends on C. So you play through the chords. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. I'll demonstrate this when we switch to the overhead camera. Then you pick out the melody. Once again, we'll go into this a little bit more when we switch to the overhead camera. Then, going as slowly as you need to get it, you put the two things together. So let's switch to the overhead camera and I'll show you how this is going to work. So, as I mentioned, we're going to approach this song, first of all, by finding the chords. So you can see that my left hand here is on the C major chord. And as we read through the lead sheet, you start by playing the chord at the beginning of every measure. And we can count to ourselves 1, 2, 3, 4, because we're in 4/4 time. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we change to G major, 1, 2, 3, 4, and back to C major, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the melody, you can see that it starts on E, and the first note is a half note. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. It's hard not to sing along. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we're going to put the hands together. So the first note of the melody played at the same time as the chord, and you're playing the chord on the first beat of every bar. That's how we're going to do this to start with. Later on, we'll learn some other ways to play the left hand. So you'll notice you're basically playing one line of music and playing chords in the left hand. This is one way to approach this style of piano playing. Now you're going to notice a little problem coming up right away. We play together. You'll notice here, if we play the G major chord the way we have originally learned to play it when we studied basic chords, our hands crash together. So what we're going to do, and this is one of the nice things about this style of playing, is that you can adapt, you can improvise, you can change things around to make it work. We will leave off the top note of the chord because the melody is the top note of the chord. So we play it like this. So that's one way that we can play this to avoid the hands crashing together. The other way is to simply play the melody up here. Then you can play the whole chord with your left hand. You can do it either way because there's one rule that I have for this style of playing, and that is, if it sounds good, it is good. It's up to you how you want to do it. This might be a little easier because your hands are closer together. Whatever you like to do, you can do. So I encourage you to take this song, play it a little bit, and see how you'd like to do it. You could play the chords, and the reason we're playing them here instead of way down here is it sounds kind of muddy, so we're going to just play them here. You could even play them up here if you like. It doesn't matter. The only thing we're concerned about is we want to get the chords in there and we want to get the melody in there. So there you go. That's how you play. And I don't even know if I mentioned the title of this song, but it's called Go Tell Aunt Rhody. It's kind of a sad song because what are we going to tell Aunt Rhody? We're telling her that the old gray goose is gone. Some of the darker versions of this song say the old gray goose is dead. Well, let's just say the goose got lost, and maybe later on Aunt Rhody will find it. Anyway, so now you know how to approach a song that is not necessarily new to you in the sense that you don't know it or never heard it, but it's a song that you want to play, and this is how you would approach it by looking at a lead sheet, and you already kind of know the tune. All right, so here's something for you to play around with.